Hello, Randy Rain here. And what I have is my collection of TOMY Sylvania family animatronic little critters here. Now these came out in the 80s. They are sound activated. When on the rabbits, the mouth moves and the ears twitch. And on the bears, the mouth moves and the eyes move as well. The smaller ones back here, they dance. And they're all sound activated. And I've been making videos on showing you how to repair these. Now, I don't know where you grew up, of course, but where I grew up, there was these places called Chuck E. Cheese Pizza and Showbiz Pizza. And it was a pizza parlor, but they had these little animatronic shows. And there was different animals, and they would play instruments, and they were all animatronic, mechanical things. And same as going to Disney and seeing the Country Bear Jamboree or the Tiki Room and all that type of stuff. That's what I've been wanting to do with these for a long time. And the idea is to make them programmable so that they only speak and move when it's their turn. Because if you just play music now, they're all going to sing at the same time. And I don't want that. I want them to be able to sing at different spots. But I've also created rules to this. So one of the rules is nothing can be on the outside. You can't look at this and tell that anything has been changed on it. So there can't be any kind of plugs, any kind of wires coming off of it or anything like that. So they have to be completely free and look normal. And being that way, they also have to work normal. That's rule number 2. So they have to work normal. So you have to be able to put batteries in here, turn it on, start talking or play music, and it starts working. Only when you put it over here or make it activates in some way can you actually program it. So that's rule number 2. The other rule is that the stage has to be clean. There can't be things sticking up or anything like that. It has to be a clean stage. These things are going to be put on the stage. Music plays, and they start activating, programmed on their own. So that's the idea, and that's what I'm going to do. And I have an idea on how to do it. So what is a single pole double throw reed switch? Let me clarify that. Let's start with the switch. So there's the single pole. There's only one input coming in here. Now it's a double throw because it has two outputs it could go to. So it can either come this way, come up here, or it clicks down here and goes this way. After it comes up from here, it comes down to there. That's the two throws. So it can either be here or here, here or here. So it's switching back between these two. And what it means is one of them is always like this. That is the normally closed. It's the normally closed circuit right here. And this is the normally open circuit. So normally closed, normally open, single pole, double throw. So what is a reed switch? Let me clarify that. Imagine if you made the switch out of a piece of aluminum like that, okay? And then you had a piece of steel here. And these are your connections that you want to make. Then you brought in a magnet, and it put out its magnetic waves. Well, it wouldn't attract the aluminum, but it would attract the metal, and so this would come down and make connection. And when you took the magnet away, it would spring back up, breaking the connection. That's what a reed switch is. And now this is a single pole double throw, so what it means is that there's another one right here that it's connecting to. So when there's no magnetic field, it's connecting through here. When there is a magnetic field, it connects down to here. What method am I going to use to make these reed switches turn these guys on and off? Let me clarify that. If I used the normally closed section of this switch, meaning electricity goes through here normally, I can connect it to one side of the microphone. And then I can run this down into the foot here. So the reed switch will be inside the foot, and it will be connecting the microphone. So as long as there's no magnetic field on the foot, this will work normally just like it always is. But the stage can put a magnetic field underneath there and turn it off. And so if all of these have them, all I have to do is put a magnetic field on any of the ones that I don't want to talk. Okay, so here's a close-up of the reed switch here. See, it's a single pole, double throw. And there he is. There's 4 of them. They have to go down in the leg, something like that. Okay, so I have to bend it like that to get it through here. And then if it flattens out to back like that, there's no getting this thing out ever again. Alright, so here it goes. Okay, there, it's flattened back out. So what I'm going to do is push it down so I know it's on the bottom. And now hot glue it in there so it'll stay. Test, 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 test. So what is the source of the magnetism that's going to turn off the reed switch? Let me clarify this. So one option is electromagnets. And I do have some electromagnets coming, but I probably won't use them because they have to stay on for a long time, and electromagnets have to be rated special to stay on for long periods of time. Most of the time they're only meant to stay on intermittently. So that's one problem. The other thing is they require a lot of electricity. So these are like 12 volts are the ones I've got. So I don't really want to be switching to 12 volts. I think it can be done easier. And what easier way is just to use a servo and put a magnet on there. So a magnet just moves in front and away from it. I think that will be easier. And now then, here's my servo. I printed these pieces out. Here's the little arm. Holds two little magnets in here. And these get mounted here. And I made them some go in the opposite way. Like this one needs to go right here. So with the arm all the way to here, that is going to put the magnet there. So that's all the way turned one direction, so, or close to it. So that would be easy to find as the value in code. And that magnet needs to go on top of that hole. So here's all the servos in place. I guess that means my electronics is going to go right here. Alright, so here's how this is going to work. This is a media player. You put an SD card or a USB stick into here and it plays media files. And it has an output of your composite type stuff, VGA, optical, HDMI. It runs off a DC power plug. It's remote control. Like that. So this is going to get mounted to there. So on the media player, it'll be using VGA plug. That's just for the monitor. And then we have these, RCA, I guess it is, composite. It's going to be video left and right. Since the video is not going to have sound, I need sound. But I don't need this video. This goes in the audio video port. And now the white one, left side, is where the music's going to be. And so the right side is going to have the DTMF tones. And then the DTMF tone decoder will be plugged in like that. I created this. This is where you plug in the servos. So the tone will be decoded here. And to get it to activate, I'm going to be using this circuit. Now this circuit comes from the sponsor of this video. It comes from PCBway. They've sent me these. How nice of them. Now this circuit is a circuit I designed. And it's made for pickaxe chips. And so I learned that every time I use a pickaxe chip, it's just about the same thing over and over. It's just inputs and outputs. And so that's what I created. So this is a 6 in, 6 out if you use a 14. But you could just put an 8 on here and still get 3 in 3. But it has it for the voltage regulator, the capacitors for it. Now I'm using servos for this one, but it's made also so you can put transistors. So if you need to turn transistors on, you populate them here. And this little circuit here comes from our sponsor for this video, which is PCBway. And they sent me a whole bunch of these. And the cool thing about this is I'm going to be doing a lot of these. I'm going to be using these a lot. And if you go back and look at all the other projects I've done, I could have already used these on every single one of them. And I'm going to do videos showing how more in depth on how to use these, I think that's pretty awesome, and I want to thank them for sponsoring it. So it's a pretty cool company. Go check it out. Alright, so here I am in my editing software here. On this top track I have the backdrop, and I'm just putting a picture of these mountains back here. But it could be anything. It could be video. Then the second one here is my music. And then down here on this track here, if we zoom in, you can see that there's these little audio files here. And that's the same ones up here, and these are DTMF tones, the same tones that are used on your phone. And so I have one tone for all off, I have one tone for all on, I have one tone for the bear female on off, bear male on off, rabbit female on off, rabbit male on off. And so you can hear them. So down here on this track is each one being programmed. And then that track is only going out the right side, and then the audio is only coming out the left side. So I have it all working right now, and I'd love to show you something really cool like the song Skid Row from Little Shop of Horrors. That would be a really good one for this, but you know, copyright and all that stuff, so we're going to have to go with this.
The cuckoo bird lives in a tree, the kind of tree you'll never see. So please don't mind if I sound wrong, because this is a silly song. Oh, the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. He eats bananas by the bunch for breakfast, dinner, and for lunch. He's hungry after every meal because he only eats the peel. Oh, the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. He goes to school both day and night. He wants to learn to read and write. He never learned a thing, it's true, but the teacher learned to say cuckoo. Oh, the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The cuckoo bird in the pickle tree, he's as cuckoo as can be. What a funny sight to see, the cuckoo bird in the pickle tree. The cuckoo's heart is full of pride, he went and took himself a bride. They now live in a clock all day, just to pass the time away. Oh, the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. He's plain nuts.
So it works great. I do have my electromagnets that I may put on there, I may not, but anyway, check out PCBway for these cool little circuit boards. They work great. I'm really happy with everything from them, so I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. I want to thank these people right here. These are patrons. These are the real heroes helping me out here to do all this stuff. There are perks, so you can check a link. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. I would really appreciate that. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Cuckoo as can be, what a funny sight to see, the cuckoo bird in the pickle tree. The cuckoo's heart is full of pride, he went and took himself a bride. They now live in a clock all day, just to pass the time away. Oh, the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo bird in the pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. The pickle, ickle, 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 pickle tree. He's plain nuts.